Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you like the tutorial, don't forget to subscribe and turn on post notification so you're notified when I post new tutorials. You're going to start by measuring your hip. 36 divided by 2, that's 18, less 3, that's 15 inches, right? And then you're going to measure your measurement from your waist to start of inner thigh. Measure from the back because that's the widest. That's what you're going to do. So let's say this measurement is 7.7 inches, 7.5 inches. And then what we're going to do is you're going to make a chain which is 15 inches when stretched. And then you're going to crochet it until it's 7.5 inches. So basically you're going to make a rectangle which is 15 inches by 7.5 inches, and then we'll finish off and you make 2 of them and then join them together. So let's begin. I have all my supplies here, all my yarn, bits and pieces. The main yarn, you're going to need about 1.5 to 2 depending on the size, and then a pair of scissors, obviously, a tape which you're going to use to measure, a 4mm hook, and a darning needle. You're going to start by making a chain of uneven numbers to the length that you found. So any number of chain of uneven numbers to the measurement that you found. I'm making it small, so it's going to be 53 stitches. One, 2, 53. So I've made my chain. It's 53, and it's just measured. It's 15 with the stretch like that. Yeah. Then you're going to add 2 more stitches, 1, 2, then skip the first 3 stitches and double crochet in the 4th stitch. And continue with the double crochet until you reach the end of the row. Once you're at the end of a row, you're just going to finish your row with a double crochet, chain 3, and then turn. And we're going to work another row of double crochet until the end. Once you're at the end of a row, you're going to go into the last stitch and make a double crochet, but do not finish the double crochet, but bring in your second yarn and change . Then chain 1, then chain 1. Can you work and then work single crochets across, but work the tails under so you don't have to weave in ends. and you can stop at any point where you feel the tail has been properly covered. I usually work up to 10 or 15 stitches, but you can work as long or as short as you would like. I'm going to drop my tails here, and I'm going to cut my main yarn and continue with my single crochet until the end of the row. When you're finished with the row, chain 1, turn and work another row of single crochet until the very last stitch, where you're going to change back to your main color. Now you have one stitch left at the end of a row. You're going to start with the single crochet, but do not finish it. Take your main color and attach it. Chain 3 and turn. We're going to work double crochets across and then back. So from here, we're going to work 2 double crochet rows and 2 single rows, changing colors as we go along until we get that length from your waist to the inner thigh. And I'll see you when I'm done with that. You can change colors as many times as you would like, or you can use the same color. It's all up to you. And do not forget to carry the yarn under to cover it so you don't have a lot of tails to weave in. I will see you when I'm done with my rectangle. I'm now done with my rectangle, and when you're done with your work, do not cut the yarn. As you can see, the tails are still here. We're just gonna cut them off. Do not cut the yarn. What you do is chain 1, turn your work, and we're going to do the edging on the side. So we're going to chain 1 and then put 2 single crochets in the double crochet rows and 1 single crochet in the single crochet rows. Two single crochets in the double crochet rows and 1 single crochet in the single crochet rows, and I will see you at the end. When you're at the end of the row, you're going to put 2 single crochets in the very last, in the first, when you're at the end of the row, you're going to put 2 single crochets and then on the corner 1 single crochet. That's your first row. The second row, we're going to chain 1 and turn and just single crochet across. And we're now at the end of the row. You're just going to finish with your single crochet. In the next row, we're going to chain 2, turn, and then skip the 1 single crochet and single crochet in the next stitch. This is chain 1, skip 1, single crochet in the next stitch. Chain 1, skip 1, single crochet in the next stitch. This will give us a base for our cord. So chain 1, skip 1, single crochet. This will give us a base for the cord. This is the chain 1s is where you're going to be placing your cord. Continue like this until the end of the row. chain 1, turn, and then just single crochet across to reinforce your row, and this will be the end of this side. We're now at the end of the row. Place a single crochet and then cut your yarn. Close it up. We're going to do the same on this side, but on this side we're going to start from the beginning and not from the end. We're going to start from the beginning and not from the end. So we're going to take our yarn and join it. You can use any joining method. I'm using the magic knot here. Cut my yarn. And we're going to do the same thing. So we're going to do 2 rows of single crochet, then 1 row of single crochet and chain 1, and then 1 row of single crochet. I am going to see you at the end of the row, at the end of when I'm done with this side. When you're done, do not cut the yarn. We're just going to use it to make a row where we're going to put our cord for the waist. So now I'm finished with the side, and I'm going to make a row that is going to be used to place the cord. So I'm going to chain 4, skip the next stitch, and double crochet in the next stitch. Chain 1, skip the next stitch, and double crochet in the next stitch. Chain 1, skip the next stitch, and double crochet in the next stitch, and we're going to continue until the end of the row. And then now you can cut and weave in the ends. What you're going to do with this is you're just going to tuck them a little and then cut them off. Your work is not going to unravel. Just make sure you don't cut the stitches. You can use these tails to so you only have 2 tails to weave in, and now you're done. This is the other side that I previously made, and now we are going to join the 2 pieces. Starting from your first double crochet, count to the center of the stitches and then place a stitch marker. I've placed my stitch marker there, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to work 1 row, 1 double crochet row all around to form the leg. Starting from the corner, you're going to join your yarn. you're going to work you're going to work a round of double crochet from this end to the other end. So you're going to chain 3 and then work double crochet. Let's work a double crochet to the center, and when you get to the center where you have your stitch marker, place a double crochet at the center stitch, then go and place a double crochet on the other side. And then continue with a double crochet until the end of the row. Okay. When you're done with that, cut your yarn and weave in the end. I'll weave it in later. Then we're going to work the other side, which will be slightly different. So we're still going to start from the corner of your work. So you're going to join your yarn at the corner and work until you get to the center of your work. So we're going to chain 3 and then double crochet to where you have a stitch marker. Get to where the stitch marker is, I suggest you remove the stitch marker, then double crochet where the stitch marker is, place 1 double crochet in the next row of the other side, which you're going to see, then place another double crochet in the center. There will be some sort of a stitch. Then place a double crochet in the center. There will be some sort of a stitch that has formed there. Then place a double crochet on the other side where there was a stitch marker, and then continue until the end of the row. When you're done, cut and weave in ends, and I'm going to come back and we're going to make the cords for the sides and the waist. And now we're going to finish off the shorts by making 3 cords, 2 for the sides and 1 for the waist. The one for the side will be 300 stitches and the one for the waist will be 200 stitches. So let's begin. You may want to make your side one longer if you need more length. So take 2 separate strands of yarn of your main color, then make a slip knot. Then we're going to make the cord by yarning into 2, yarning under the yarn that's closest to you, yarning the yarn over the yarn that's away from you, and pull through. That's the first stitch. We do it again. Yarn under the yarn that's closest to you and yarn over the yarn that is away from you and pull through. That's stitch 2. Let's do it again. Yarn under and yarn over, stitch 3, yarn under and yarn over, stitch 4, yarn under and yarn over, stitch 5. Continue like this until you make 300 stitches. You're going to make 2 cords of 300 and 1 cord for 200 stitches. You may need to add depending on the size of your waist and the size of your hip. This is how you close your cord. So you have reached the length that you want. This one is for the waist and it's 200 stitches. What you do to close it is you yarn over and you yarn under and you pull through. Then you pull through, pull, cut the yarn, and then pull the yarn through the loop. And then just make sure that you pull it and it closes, and you're done with your code. So make 3. I've made, these are 2. The third one I've already inserted, so they're 2, but make 3. For the sides, make it 300 stitches or more, and for the waist 200 stitches or more. Now I'm going to show you how to insert the cord on the sides. So you're going to fold your cord into 2. So you're going to fold your cord into 2. Make sure it's equal sized. Okay. Make sure it's equal size at the end there. Like this. And then you're just going to run it through. Make sure it's equal sized. I'm just making sure it's equal sized. And then run it through the skip chain 2 of the edges. So you're basically just lacing it through. So lace it through the skipped chains of your single crochet for the sides, and just lace it through. So you skip one and you lace through the next one, and then skip one and lace through the next one on the opposite side. Go to the opposite side, skip one, and then lace it through the next one. It may be difficult to see the holes at the beginning, but you will get a hang of it. And continue until you reach the end of your shorts, where you have inserted your last cord in the last hole of your at the corner of your shorts. When you're done with the one side, repeat the same for all the spaces that you skipped previously, and lace your cord until the end. And I'll see you when I'm done lacing. And for the top cord, you're going to count the stitches to the center and then cord and then lace it all around the gaps. So this is my center. I'm just going to lace it around. And I'll see you when I am done. I've done lacing the cord for the waist, and to finish off my cords, I'm going to take all the yarns that I used. As you can see, I have all the yarns that I've used except for the main color, because the main color is already at the end here. So all the colors I've used, take my tape and measure 12 inches thereabouts. Then take my scissors and cut. So I'm gonna have 5 strands of yarn. Then with my hook, I'm going to insert my hook at the end, fold my strands of yarn into 2 like so, make sure they're equal sides, and then pull through and make sure that it's a bit loose, because what we're going to do now is we're going to take the main yarn, which is white, that's standing out, and then yarn over and pull through the loop, right? And then we're going to just pull everything together to make it even. Then we're going to cut the edge to even it out. So I already did one, and I just want to make sure that everything is of the same size. So I'm going to use this as my measurement. So it's that short, and I'm just going to cut it. And that's how you finish the cords. I love how they came out. So you're going to do it with all the other ends of the cords, and you're done with your shorts.
And thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on post notifications.